arms and legs on the inside at all times.
This is WOCA, News Talk 1370.
Your source for the number one sports weekends. Fox Sports, only on 96.3 FM, 1370 AM.
5 minutes after 8 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. 75 degrees. There's a 60% chance we'll see rain today. High temperatures around 86 degrees. That's not a bad day. Looks like a beautiful Friday.
Yeah, it does.
Typical Friday, too, for July in Florida. Galen Unold is on the phone from LifeSouth Community Blood Center. He's going to tell us what we need to know about the blood supply and all that. And he disagrees with our opinion about the guns on the military basis. So before we go to our fun thing, which is the observation deck thing for tomorrow, I do want to give him a chance to express what he feels about the topic we had at hand. Good morning, Galen. How you doing?
Hey, good morning, Larry, Robin. How are y'all?
Pretty good. Where are you today?
I'm on my way to Gainesville. On my way to work.
All right. Well, I'm glad you told me off the air that you disagreed with me. Not that I want disagreement, but I want to hear. I want to hear why. I mean, you served in the Navy, and so you have some insight on this. But before we do any of that, how's the blood supply?
It's getting better. We had a really good week this week, thankfully, and thanks for everybody for getting out there and getting our blood mobiles and coming by our center and donating blood. We needed every drop, and we need to maintain that now. So please just get out there and donate blood and give the gift of life. One donation saves 3 lives. So.
And on the marquee yesterday at LifeSouth on the Boulevard, I had seen where you were giving away $10 movie passes, but restrictions apply, it said on there.
Right. Well, it's for our apheresis donors. So we're doing a little summer special for our apheresis donor. If you donate apheresis, we'll give you a Fandango gift certificate.
Oh, nice.
Is it called apheresis because you kind of freeze while you're in there? You have to have a blanket. I'm apheresing.
No, apheresis, and I hate the term. I hate it. But it's the industry's term. And apheresis is Greek for to separate. So it's now become the term for the procedure. It was one of the first machines they used, but it's just a term for the procedure. And what you're actually donating is platelets. So. Yeah,
there you go. I never knew that it meant that. It's kind of like what the old tagline for the bra company, remember?
Yeah, exactly.
Lifts and separates.
That's right.
Lifts and apheresis.
That's right.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
The important message that Galen brings to us regarding donating blood is made possible by Penn Flooring. Go see what they have. They have a beautiful showroom at 1201 Southwest 17th Street where you can see what they have, whether it's carpeting or linoleum or maybe something you hadn't even thought about before. Maybe they've got a flooring option for your outdoor patio.
Yeah.
Maybe you never thought about that. Something outdoors, right? Go see what they have and thank them for sponsoring the LifeSouth and Galen Unold segment every weekday morning. Again, their showroom is at 1201 Southwest 17th Street. The landmark is the bridge, which is the McKay-Williams Bridge, crossing the railroad tracks on 17th Street, just a few blocks from Pine Avenue. All right, so we were talking about the Chattanooga shooting yesterday. We were wondering why they don't allow the soldiers to carry guns. There's a former New York City police commissioner, I believe he was, in the news saying we need to change that law. We looked up the law. It went back to 1992, I think.
Yep, February of 92.
And it was under President George H.W. Bush, and after 1992, February, thank you. And they had their reasons, I suppose, and Galen agrees with that decision. And so, Galen, it's all yours. Why do you disagree?
Well, first of all, I got out in 92. I got out in April of 92. So I carried a gun when I was on watch. When I was on my ship and you were on watch, you were given a sidearm, right? So that part is still the case. So if you're guarding a military base, if you're one of the gate guards, things like that, if you're guarding your installation on the outside of the gate, you carry a weapon. And that's still the case. So I think Robin hit the nail on the head. We have to find out how this gentleman got on the base. There's a lot of different ways you can get on the base. How he got on the base with a gun is a big question. So I don't know if he was a contractor or what, but he's still, when you come onto a military base, you can be searched. So there was just no real reason for me to ever carry a weapon when I was either on my ship or I was off my ship on base. It just wasn't practical. Most of these guys who are who are on base are working in some capacity, and that very rarely means they're actually handling a weapon, unless they're at the range or cleaning the weapon or something like that. But the most time they're painting something or cleaning something or doing military, training and exercise and things like that. So it's just really impractical, not to mention the safety aspect. And what I mean by that is if I was required to carry a weapon while I was running, that's not the safest thing in the world. So that's why I don't have a problem with them not being armed.
Okay. The 4 guys that died yesterday, had they all been carrying weapons, maybe only one of them would have got hit, because one of the others would have pulled his weapon on this guy.
Yeah.
Right, but I don't know what those 4 guys were doing. I don't know if they were, in the shopping in the exchange. I don't know what they were doing. Were they hanging out by the water coolers, or were they inside their barracks? Yeah, I mean, I agree. I am pro-gun. You guys know I'm not anti-gun, but I don't know if it's always practical for you to carry a weapon.
Well, how is it practical?
Because you can't carry it. You cannot carry a concealed weapon on a military base. So it would always have to be concealed or unconcealed.
Yeah, well, what's wrong with that? Nothing wrong with that. So what? So why?
Well, it's impractical.
Okay, well, all right, well, you're making that statement a few times, so let me ask you this. Why is it not impractical for a police officer to carry a gun everywhere he goes? My father had a gun in police headquarters.
Agree. But a police officer doesn't perform the same functions as a military man. So, for example, I'm in the Navy. I never carried a sidearm to perform my duty. Right?
Okay.
My job was to facilitate other people. A helicopter pilot doesn't carry a.
But you made the statement that it was impractical. What I'm trying to find out from you. Okay, that's what I'm trying to find out. Why is it impractical for a military man but not for a policeman?
Okay, 2 different things. A military man's job isn't to prevent crime. They're not to do any of that. Their job is to facilitate the execution of the military plan. So in the execution of the military plan, there are very few people that carry weapons anymore into battle. I mean, this isn't World War II, and even in World War II, you carry a rifle. You're carrying an M16.
Okay.
Right? You're not carrying a 45.
I guess I still don't understand why.
Police officers carry for 45s, which is a sidearm.
Well, we love you. We love you, and I greatly respect your opinion. I'm just having a hard time understanding why it's impractical when it's not impractical for a police officer. That's what I'm having a hard time.
2 different weapons. Would you agree that when you go into battle, when an Army infantryman goes into war, he's not carrying a pistol. He's carrying a M45 or a new M1.
Well, let me ask,
an assault rifle.
But isn't he carrying the weapon that is appropriate for the job at hand?
Right. That's exactly right.
So wouldn't that be the same thing? Wouldn't that be the same thing? Carry the weapon for the possibility that you might encounter, whatever that might be in any given case.
Yeah, but first of all, this happens extremely rarely, right? That's why we're talking about it. It's tragic.
2009, 13 people killed in 2009.
And that's a guy who grabbed a military weapon, and it was a chaplain. Again, when you're on a military base.
All right. Well, let me just say this: that I stand always in a position where I allow myself to be wrong. And if I am wrong, then so be it. But I think if they were to ask every American, well, what do you think? I'd say, yeah, I think they should have them.
Yeah.
You would say, obviously, no, I don't think they should have them, and the vote would fall down, and we would respect whatever the conclusion was. But I think for one person,
when I served, and I served in some hot spots. I served during 3 coup attempts in the Philippines. I was in the first Iraq War. I was there when Thailand had a coup. And never once when I was on my ship or on a military base did I feel that it would have been, wow, I really wish I had a 45 on my hip or a 9mm on my hip.
Let me.
Never occurred to me.
All right, we do have a person calling in. If you're listening to me, hopefully on hold, you can hear me. Hang in there. We have to take a break, and we'll be right back. We may not get to the observation deck part of this, and I had a feeling that might happen, but that's okay. This is an important topic, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
Think it is.
I haven't been convinced yet that I'm wrong. I haven't been convinced yet.
Fair enough.
All right, so we'll take a little break, and we'll be right back with Galen, Unold, and LifeSouth. And if you're on hold, please wait on hold. We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Sunshine mixed with clouds today. A thunderstorm or two in the afternoon and into the evening hours. The high 87 to 90. Partly cloudy later tonight with a low of 71 to 75. Partly sunny with a thunderstorm in the afternoon inland tomorrow. High of 86 to 90. Sunny to partly cloudy. Another afternoon thunderstorm or two on Sunday. High 88 to 92. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Maggie Johnson.
Are you in need of custom screen printing, embroidery, or promotional items? Then look no further and come visit the brand new Legacy Team Sales. LTS is conveniently located off 17th Street next to Armstrong Homes in beautiful Ocala. We offer the best prices and highest quality products for your company, team, school, or nonprofit. Whether looking for screen printed shirts, embroidered polos, or travel team uniforms, you'll be sure to find it at Legacy Team Sales. Come visit our new 27,000 square foot facility. Our friendly and knowledgeable sales staff will assist you in every part of your custom purchase. LTS carries the hottest brands in the industry like Under Armour, Russell, Mizuno, Asics, Badger Sports, Gildan, Pacific, Ogio, and many more. At LTS, screen printing embroidery is done in-house and we guarantee customer satisfaction. Stop by, give us a call, or check us out on the web at shoplts.com. Remember the name, LTS.
Hello, gorgeous.
Hi, this is Becky at Hello Gorgeous Salon. We are located in the heart of downtown Ocala, right next to the historic Marion Theater. I'd like to invite you to stop by and see our new boutique area and meet our staff of professional stylists. Here at Hello Gorgeous, we are ready to update your look with the latest trends. It's the perfect time to brighten up your look. So make your appointment now for those highlights and Brazilian blowout. But don't stop there. We are a full-service salon offering manicures, pedicures, and facials also. So if you've been searching for a salon to call your own, come and see us at Hello Gorgeous Salon. We are located at 48 South Magnolia Avenue in downtown Ocala, right next to the Marion Theater. So call today and set up your appointment at Hello Gorgeous Salon at 351-5358. That's 351-5358. And don't forget, we also do men and children's cuts too. 351-5358.
Hello, gorgeous.
You've got a garden and we've got a show for you called You've Got a Garden with your host, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. Carol Ann answers your questions about your flowers, your veggies, your grass, your trees, even questions about your bugs. And she's only on WOCA, so don't miss Carol Ann Baldwin and You've Got a Garden each Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on WOCA The Source.
We are The Source, WOCA.
All right, 18 minutes after 8 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. If you're just tuning in, Galen Unold is on the phone from LifeSouth, and we do have a fun topic, but we probably won't get to it. We're talking about something a lot more serious. It's stemming from yesterday's shooting in Chattanooga. 4 Marines were shot dead by a single gunman who came on to... Guys, I don't want to say onto the base, but I think so, right? It was on the base, right?
I think so,
and the guy who got injured was shopping or something in a separate incident. And so the discussion is, and the debate is stemming from a call by a former New York City police commissioner who says that we should allow guns back on bases. I'm just kind of recapping here. We don't allow them. Not that they're not allowed, but only the military police are supposed to have them. And this goes back to 1992, I said, Robin?
Yes.
1992. Donald J. Atwood at the time was the Deputy Secretary of Defense under President George H.W. Bush. The Department of Defense directive that says we will have gun-free zones on military bases is directive number 5210.56. All right. Mm-hmm. So Galen disagrees with us. He says that we should only allow the weapons to be in the hands of the military police on the bases, and you and I think that it should be a good idea that everybody carries something. We do have somebody waiting patiently, so if we could go to the phone real quickly. Good morning. Thank you for waiting, by the way. You're on the air now.
Very good morning, guys. This is Mike McCoy.
Hey, Mike.
Hi. First off, let me tell you this, that I would say that of every person who comes out of boot camp in the military, probably 90%, and I don't know any figure, but my guesstimate would be 90% of the people who come out of basic training in the military really are not qualified to be carrying a weapon in a public atmosphere 24/7. If I do believe that certain personnel, such as say an E4 or above, someone who has proper training, extensive training, not just the pretend training they give you in basic training. I remember when I was in the military, I got out of boot camp, went to an A school, went to another A school. Next thing I know, I'm standing in Vietnam, and here I am, a farm boy from Michigan. The closest thing I'd seen to death, really, I mean, in a real atmosphere, was slaughtering of hogs or animals on the farm. But now I'm thrown into an atmosphere of where it's all around you, and here's a weapon, and we even at that time we did have proper weapons training, but you can't just give everybody that just because you're in the military. Believe it or not, the majority of the people who are in the Navy, for instance, not everybody is in a combative situation or a combative capacity. There's a lot of people out there. So only people with absolute extensive training. I agree with you. If there had been these people, and I think they were, I'm not sure, and I'm sorry for this, I don't know what their ranks were or what their military standing was at that time, but or when they were, but were they qualified? And that's the key answer, is to make sure. Yeah, I think more and more people on our military bases should be armed, but qualified people. And you can't come out of boot camp with, I don't know, what do they have like now, boot camp? I think it's like 3 days in a hotel or something. I don't know what it is today. It's back when I was in the 16 weeks. So you had extensive weapons training. Even in the Navy, we had a lot of weapons training and the proper use, but it's a different atmosphere in a combative atmosphere, like on a battlefield, than it is to be walking around a base with a weapon. And you can't just turn everybody loose with this. And if you think about that, it really just explains itself, I think. So there you go. That's my opinion.
All right. Thank you for it, and obviously very knowledgeable.
I want to expand on something. And you keep talking about your brother carrying a weapon as a police officer, and I think the gentleman on the phone nailed it. So when we're in boot camp, we are taught how to handle a .45. You're given about 2 days of instruction. And so you don't really have the extensive knowledge. Now, when I became a petty officer in E4, I went to small arms training. And after that, I could handle a weapon on a ship. Until then, I was not able to. And so when you think of the huge population that is in E4 and below that doesn't have that weapons training, that's a big impact, one. And secondly, a police officer is issued a weapon. They're issued that .45, they're issued that revolver or that 9mm, and they get constant training on it. In the military, you are trained on the weapon you are supposed to fire. Very few of those are small arms or are side arms or pistols or 9mm. Most of them are rifles, assault rifles, missiles, 50 caliber gun. I was more proficient with a 50 caliber gun than I was with a .45. And it's not like I could carry around a 50 caliber gun. And I think that's a big piece of this. And that's really where I talk about where it's impractical.
Okay. In Israel, am I right or wrong? They all carry weapons everywhere.
I think you're right.
They do, but they don't carry. Most of them carry their A1 or their assault rifle, their AR. whatever the model of the assault rifle.
So again, it goes back to why is it practical for one group but not another? That's the part I guess I don't.
It's hard to compare the state of Israel, which is constantly under threat from Iran and terrorists and the jihadists and everybody else who wants to destroy Israel off the face of the earth, and what's going on in the United States. So what happened in Tennessee is a regular occurrence in Israel. That's sad but true.
Well, and by regular, I mean, okay, we had it in 2009, we had it in 2013, we had it yesterday. I mean, how much?
That's rare. Let's be honest, that's rare compared to what's going on in Israel. You cannot compare the state of Israel and the state of U.S.
So how often should it happen before we decide to change our policy? And hold on, let me finish. If we change our policy, does it suddenly become not impractical? I mean, how come it's impractical until we have enough deaths? I mean, why does that suddenly make it more practical?
Yeah.
And again, we don't know the specifics of this yet. I mean, all I know is that they were in the exchange, I believe, shopping. So they were probably off duty. I know you're never off duty in the military, but it doesn't mean that if they're off duty, are they supposed to carry a weapon? I don't know the answer. I'm just telling you from my experience.
Uh-oh, we lose you?
Every military guy carried a weapon. Can you hear me? I'm still here.
No, you're there now. Okay. All right. Well, obviously we will.
That's all.
Yeah, and quite often when we have these discussions, and Galen is somebody I respect greatly, I will often change my opinion on things, think about them, and at this point, of course, I might think about it later on. Now, what Mike said when
and I want to make it clear, I don't think you're necessarily wrong, Larry. I don't. I haven't looked at this issue in a very, very long time. I can just tell you from my personal experience. When we find out more, I may change my mind on this.
Well, and Mike's contribution to this conversation, I mean, sat well with me because I understand, okay, so you don't get enough training and basic training to be able to be trusted with a weapon, not just for everybody else's safety, but for your own as well. Mm-hmm. Okay, that makes sense to me. But if we have police officers or military personnel in Israel who are trained enough, then wouldn't we be able to give that training?
Yeah,
wouldn't we be able to elevate ourselves? And if we're not in a state of emergency, as Israel is continuously in that same state, mm-hmm. when do we become in that state of emergency?
Let me ask you this question. Let's extend it, because a lot of military personnel that are stationed inside the U.S. and outside the U.S. live off base. So if that military personnel is going to carry that weapon on base, should they therefore carry it off base?
Oh, sure.
Because in Israel they do. They are required to carry their weapon at all times.
That's what I thought. I don't know.
So do we want to extend that beyond just the military base, and now we're having military personnel like in a military town like Fort Bragg?
Okay, that is
San Diego.
Hold on, that is a good question. But that's not this question, because this question specifically talks about military bases, and military bases clearly are a target for a nutcase like this guy who did the shooting yesterday.
Exactly. So they should be proficient in the sidearm and the weapon of choice, both weapons, and they should be able to carry the sidearms on the military base.
Did we lose you again, Galen?
No. I'm
okay.
here.
Okay.
I just don't. I mean, we got to find out where the failure was. I really feel the failure came on when that person was allowed on the base. And why were they allowed on the base? That's what we got to.
That I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. And even if we figure it out, there's still going to be a guy who gets through somehow. They're going with a parachute. Who knows how they get through?
Let's be clear. If somebody wants to kill military men or any U.S. citizens, they can do it. They could. I mean, because if we limit it to off base, you could just have a sniper go in and pick people off.
If these four guys all had weapons, there'd be probably only one of them dead.
Yeah.
That's an assumption. I don't know. It depends on the situation. I mean, if they're
not to mention that the guy might not have even fired if he saw they all had weapons on them. He might have said, "Oh boy, this place is these guys are all armed."
They were visible.
And so then he goes to a school.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of unanswered questions, and we'll find out more. But again, my gut reaction is I don't think that the the solution is to arm every military personnel on a base.
We will end disagreeing because I don't agree. All right, so tell me where the Bloodmobile is.
Hey, today we're at Winn-Dixie down in Bellevue, so
right.
back to Bellevue.
Okay,
back.
441.
Obviously, what you do is important. Go donate blood. If you can't get to the Bloodmobile, go next door to the Cascades. That's where LifeSouth is located in Denellen. It's next to the old Winn-Dixie. And Galen, have a great weekend. I know you said you were going to the beach, so enjoy yourself. Be careful.
Have fun.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for everything. Have a great weekend.
Thank you, Galen. You too. We'll be right back.
Fox News Radio. I'm Lillian Wu. The search for answers underway into the deadly shootings in Tennessee, which left 4 Marines dead.
The shooter wasn't on anyone's radar. There was nothing that could have helped us predict this.
Tennessee Governor Bill Haslam just now speaking to Fox News. Fox's Ainsley Earhart at the Military Recruiting Center in Chattanooga.
The gunman, we are learning this morning, was killed by law enforcement officers. And then the 4 Marines that are dead, they're saying they were killed by the hands of this gunman.
Muhammad Yusuf Abdulaziz, born in Kuwait, earned a college degree in Tennessee. The Colorado movie theater shooting trial enters a new phase now that James Holmes has been found guilty in the attack. The jury must now decide whether he should be executed or sent to prison for life without the possibility of parole. And Illinois-based Aspen Foods recalling nearly 2 million pounds of chicken on salmonella worries. Fox News. We report, you decide.
There's more to Fox News Radio than meets the ear. Go behind the headlines and join the conversation on the hottest stories of the day on the Fox News Radio Facebook page. Be a part of the Fox News Radio Facebook fan community. Post comments and tell us your opinions. See behind-the-scenes photos and videos and post your reactions to the stories that matter to you. Click the like button on Facebook and connect with breaking news and features like Fox in the Fast Lane, House Call for Help, and more. Go to Facebook.com/Fox News Radio.
Weeknights, we're busting out a brand new lineup. First, market fraud, government abuse, corruption. At 5, nothing's off limits on money with Melissa Francis. Then, from bloated bank fees to consumer scams. At 6, Jerry's exposing the issues impacting your wallet. Plus, get smart market insight and trusted analysis you won't find anywhere else. At 7, Lou Dobbs is all business. And the first and last name in business, Cavuto. Shedding light on the biggest stories making headlines at 8. Only on the Fox Business Network, giving you the power to prosper.
Howdy, RL here for Dairy Queen. Spring is in the air, and so is the smell of meat cooking on our charbroil grill. You want to treat yourself to one of our most excellent grilled chicken sandwiches or wraps, or maybe a foot-long all-beef chili dog, and wash it down with an Orange Julius fruit smoothie with many real fruit flavors. So come on down to Dairy Queen Silver Springs, where we always treat you like kings and queens.
There's a car accident in this country every 5 seconds. That's why Allstate thinks it's time for an entirely different kind of car insurance, with features like accident forgiveness and a safe driving bonus. It's called Your Choice Auto, and it's only from Allstate. Are you in good hands?
You deserve better. Sign up for Your Choice Auto from Allstate. Call the McDonald Agency today at 622-2333.
Features are optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Insurance, Northbrook, Illinois. Are you one of those golfers that use the .coms to try to find the best deal available every day of the week? Well, why use a middleman? For $100, you can be a summer member at Pine Oaks of Ocala. And what do you get with your Pine Oaks membership? Well, you get to play all the golf that you want in the afternoons, and all you do is pay the cart fee. $8 for 9 holes or $12 for 18 holes. This is the golf deal of the summer. Don't miss it. That's the $100 summer membership at Pine Oaks of Ocala.
La Famiglia Pizzeria has moved into Ocala. Stop by today at 2504 Southeast 17th Street and see for yourself what everyone is talking about.
Awesome place. I never get pizza anywhere else.
Great New York-style pizza and dishes.
Best pizza in Ocala.
One trip and you'll agree, La Famiglia Pizzeria is the best. La Famiglia Pizzeria. Stop by for a pizza that you'll love or call in and order yours for pickup. 352-245-2419. La Famiglia Pizzeria.
Want to learn more about your furnace or air conditioner? Tune in this Saturday for free tips and expert advice on how to get the most out of your heating and air conditioning system. Or get a free AC rejuvenation by being the first person to go to cleanmyac.com. That's cleanmyac.com. Saturday, free tips and expert advice how to get the most out of your heating and air conditioning system. Or get a free AC rejuvenation by being the first person to go to cleanmyac.com. That's cleanmyac.com.
WWOCA,
Visit the WOCA website at www.woca.com.
The most trusted name in news, Fox News, every half hour, only on 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA.
Ocala.